And we're back for day 3. So today is where the rubber hits the road. It's great that we've got this offer now, we've got this bundle, this irresistible offer. It's great that all of our ducks are in a row, all our pages are working and everything is ready to go, primed and ready to go. But now what we need to do is go out and sell it without spending any money, right? That is probably the most difficult part. And if we knew how to do that straight off the bat, then we'd be making money, right? The thing is, what most people don't understand is that it takes more effort than what you think it's ever going to take to generate sales. For people who want to fill workshops, so many workshops, including many of mine in the early days, have died before they even started because people, they get excited about a workshop that they want to run and they busily create content and they get excited about what it is that the workshop's going to be. And then when it comes to filling the workshop and they've got like 3 people signed up 4 days out, they lose confidence for one, but they lose excitement for it. And then they decide that it's too hard and they're not going to do it again. And it's the same with selling anything, whether it's a coaching package, a styling package, a personal training package, any of those things. It is much harder to sell than what you anticipate it's going to be. So I need to frame that for you. I mean, you probably know that already. And the other thing is people are not as excited about our stuff as we are, and they're busy. And they're not going around looking for, what can I buy today? What can I buy today? What program can I do today? They're not thinking like that. They've got their head down, they've got their asses up and they're living their lives and, running their own businesses or whatever it is that they're doing, right? So they don't have your great offer front of mind. They just don't. And so what it comes down to is it's harder than what we expect. And these days, with social media being the way that it is, and let's be honest, that's the way that we mostly sell because it's easy, or it used to be. It's a lot more difficult now. I was listening to Social Marketer this morning, and the owner of that, who built his business on social, has basically said social's dead, as far as organic traffic goes. So it's not like it used to be. It's definitely much harder. So with that in mind, today is about you getting creative and coming up with a whole bunch of ways. So if you want to sell, say you did your numbers and you have your widget, your program, your bundle, whatever it is, and you want to sell 50 of them, well, instead of finding, one magic bullet that's going to sell 50 of those programs, I want you to come up with 50 ways to sell one. Yeah. Most people want to run for the hills when I say this, but if you're serious about getting money to come into your business, this is kind of what it takes. So don't be scared, don't be overwhelmed by it, because at the end of the day, this is really going to be a growth step for you. And if you can get over the discomfort of having to take massive action like this and do things that you really don't want to do in order to make some money, it's going to really compel you not to get to this place again for a start. But it is a growth thing, having to roll up your sleeves and do some uncomfortable stuff is kind of what it takes. You know that already as an entrepreneur, right? So what I want you to do is on the sheet there, I've got a space for 50 activities. So I want you to rack your brains and come up with 50 ways that you can sell your bundle. All right. So, top of the list, it's going to start easy. It's going to be things like email my list. It's going to be things like, write a blog post and have a call to action and make sure it's really compelling. It's going to be do a Facebook Live. It's going to be, make sure I post it on my Instagram. Those things, you're going to run out of steam at some point and then you're going to have to dig a little bit deep. Sometimes those ideas, the ones that, when you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, they're going to be the ones that have the greatest impact. So I want you to go through and just some ideas of things that you can do that maybe you hadn't thought of. If you have a business page, we should have a business Facebook page, you're going to have, a list of people, old inquiries, people that have got in touch with you once upon a time because they were interested. You want to be into, you want to go through that inbox one by one and message every single person and let them know about the offer. Go through your emails, old inquiries, things that didn't work out. Maybe someone was close and then they didn't. Get in touch with them. people that you have within your community. Now, if you know me at all, you'll know that I'm not the sort of person that would condone, like the MLM went through a really bad stage where they'd be my friend on Facebook. You're like, oh yeah, I'll be a friend, and then like buy my stuff. That's not how you want to use Facebook Messenger. But I have used it in terms of if people have been really interested in my stuff and active following my stuff, I'll message them and say, hey, I'm not sure if, the newsfeed's a bit clogged now. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but I've got a flash sale on at the moment. I thought of you straight away. And it's usually because I am thinking of them. It's not necessarily just a sales tactic. It's because I think, oh, this person's really, I know they were interested, and this is probably, if the timing's right, this will really work for them. So do that. Have a look at people in your community. Go through your pages and have a look who's been interactive, who's been engaged, who's been asking questions, who, have you got a Facebook group? You can do a live in there and sell it. So then there's the offline stuff as well. Are there any networking events coming up where you can go and talk to people about this and get the offer in front of them there? Get creative. I'm not going to give you 50 ways because I want to teach you to fish. I want you to know that it's possible to come up with 50 ways. Some of them are going to be crap, so don't get caught up in thinking you have to have 50 amazing, incredible, perfect ways, because some of them are going to be shit, but it's okay. Just get them down, get creative, because it's this process of using our brains in this way that's going to bring some really good ideas forward. And that's what we want to do. So not only today are you going to come up with that list of 50 things, the other thing that I want you to do is write down 10 that you're going to commit to, and then I want you to complete on them today. So no mucking around. There's no procrastination. There's no, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Today. So write that list of 50 different ways that you can sell this thing. How are 50 ways that you can get in front of people or groups of people and let them know that you have this thing that's on offer, right? How can you get in front of those people? That's what you need to do. So come up with 50 ways. Now your flash sale, before you start getting in touch with people and selling them, you want to have, a date. We need to make this compelling. So think about, is this a 24-hour sale that you're about to have? Is it a 3-day sale? What is it? But make sure that there's a time frame on it. And if you have the ability, there's a lot of plugins that you can buy now, or download for free with the countdown timer clock. So set your flash sale for a particular day, and make sure that you're counting down and you're letting people know that there's a sense of urgency around it. You're not going to be selling this stuff like this for forever. Make it tight. 3 days, 3 to 5 days is really good. You could do a 24-hour sale if you think people are going to react really quickly. I find people are a little bit slower than that. They haven't opened emails enough, that sort of thing. Now, just on the email marketing, when you're having a flash sale, it's okay to email people more, especially if you've been giving them a lot of value week in, week out. If you send them great information to their inbox every week, you can say, guys, the emails are going to come up a little bit because I've got this flash sale and I just want to make sure everybody knows about it. So you might feel like I'm going to spam you for the next few days, but know that we're going to go back to normal viewing once the flash sale is over. I haven't had a lot of unsubscribes when I've had a flash sale if I've framed it like that for people. You still get some, but that's just, they were never going to be your clients anyway. So get creative, set the timeline as the last thing. So set how many days this flash sale is going to happen, when it's going to start, and then think about those 50 different ways, and then start taking action on it. Start taking action on it and start selling. You have 10 activities today, 10 ways. So, you might want to dip your toe in a little bit and go, okay, well, I'm going to do like 2 that are really going to challenge me, and the rest are going to be easy. It might be, I'm going to run a promoted post on my Facebook page, and I'm going to do a Facebook Live today, and I'm going to email my list today, and they all seem pretty comfortable. And then get uncomfortable, like, the messaging people. Some people are really uncomfortable with that. Picking up the phone and talking to people if you have to do that. going into groups and doing a live in there. You know, get really creative. There are 50 ways, I promise you. So come up with those 50 ways and commit to 10. Get 10 happening today. All right, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.